parents, it is time for our October packet. So I am gonna give everybody a schedule. I made it super beautiful, so maybe you could put it on your refrigerator. I know I like to have a lot of calendars. I have one on my desk, I have one in my bedroom, and I have one on my refrigerator at home to try to keep track of my schedule. So this is Group B's. If you're in Group A, I have your schedules over there in my windowsill. So I have Wednesdays and Fridays. Group B comes to school. Obviously, if you're a Group A kid, your days are gonna be Tuesday and Thursday. But it's the packet work that needs to be completed every single day. In your October packet, you will have your October journal. October, we learn about fire safety and spiders and bats and pumpkins, so it'll be themed. Okay, I wanna go over the dates really quick and then a little bit about the journal. I understand the journal is challenging for them. I totally get that. It is supposed to be challenging. Writing is the hardest thing that they learn in kindergarten. And they always say, Miss Thomas, I can't do it, I can't. And I tell them, honey, it's just, you can't not learn how to write. You have to learn how to write to be a successful adult. And you have to start in kindergarten. Even though it's hard, it is not fun to do things that are hard. I don't like doing things that are hard for me, but it's the only way that we get better. So, on that note, I know that they're not gonna be able to write a complete sentence by themselves, and that's totally fine. But please have them do the work. I know older siblings love to help and love to be that rescuer, but please don't let the older siblings do it, because then the kindergartner is not learning. So let's say here are some vocabulary words. They could write a firefighter. Let's say they want to say a firefighter has a fire hat. Okay, a firefighter, so they trace. Has. They might not know all the letters in has, but do they know what has start with? So I will say, okay, you want to write the word has. What sound does has start with? And they'll say H, and I'm like, great, let's write a finger space, let's write a H. Even if they can't write the rest of the letters in the word has, if they are just writing the first letter in each word, I'm so happy with that. So a firefighter, they write H for has. If they can write the whole word, they write the whole word. A, they should know A, we had it as a sight word, so they should already know it. A firefighter, H for has, A, and then fire hat, finger space. Here's how you write fire, finger space, here's how you write hat. We end our sentence with a period. They draw a picture with a firefighter having a fire hat on. Okay, here is the dates. This is 9/28, that's Monday. Everybody is doing this page on Monday. Here's the Tuesday and Wednesday, so it'll say 9/29 through 9/30. If you're a Tuesday, Thursday kid, you'll be doing this on Wednesday, September 30th. If you're a Wednesday, Friday kid, you'll be doing this on Tuesday, 9/29. So they're all like that. Every week has 3 pages, a page for each of their off days, right? So everybody's off day is Monday. Some kids' off days is also Tuesday, Thursday. Some kids have Wednesday, Friday as their off days. That's why I made this little schedule, because I know that it can be tricky. So here's the journal for the month of October, and here are their work packets. I'm only gonna go over the first week, and then I'll make videos for the other weeks. All right, so as you can see, it says September 28th through October 2nd. Just like the journal, there are 3 pages for each week for English language arts and 3 pages for math, because they're supposed to do one on all of their off days. So this is the T tree. If it's a capital or a lowercase t, it goes in the tree. If it's not, it goes in the dirt. If you don't have scissors or glue at home, that's okay. They could just draw lines. I just want them to start being able to decipher what's a T and what's not. The second page is a tracing page. So they'll go ahead and find all the T's and circle them, cross out all the letters that are not a T, and then they can trace the T on their own. Trace, and then try to write on right here. Trace again, try to write, and then here are the lowercase t's. And again, even if it's sloppy, I would so much rather they do it than an older sibling. I know those older siblings are so sweet and love to help, but we've really, especially because they're at home, we really want to discourage that, because The thing is, if an adult or a sibling is always doing it for the child, then they're never gonna learn. And so it's so hard in kindergarten because they'll be so sad and say, Miss Thomas, I can't do it, I need your help. And with some things like zipping up a jacket is really hard, so I'll help them with that. But things like this, they have to learn how to do it on their own. So you could put your hand over their hand and try doing it like that. Sometimes I'll do that at the beginning of the year, but ultimately they need to start learning to do it on their own, even if it's sloppy. And I'll make a big deal. If it's sloppy, but they tried it on their own, I make a big deal about how beautiful it is and how they work super hard to try to encourage that in them. Okay, last page for this week, see, the sight word see. Write the word 3 times, color it, find it. Again, cut and paste if you don't have it, to put the letters in order. You have to match it right here. If you don't have glue, you can draw lines and then they trace it at the bottom. That is all the work, the English language arts work for the first week. And here's the math. The math for Monday is really easy. It's just a little book about school. So you could read it to them and they're finding shapes and things like that. This was supposed to be staple. Okay, so here's their little book about school and shapes, and you can say, oh, what shapes do you see in this picture? Oh, there's a circle on her wheelchair, and I see squares for the windows and rectangles for the artwork, things like that. So this is just a story. It's kind of like an introduction into our shape unit. So that's Monday's math assignment. Tuesday through Wednesday's math assignment. Here's the cool thing about this math, the directions are all at the bottom. So these lunch boxes are alike. In one lunch box, draw something that you would like to eat. Now circle the lunch box that's different. So 2 of them are similar and 1 is different. The one that's different is going to be the one that has food in it, if that makes sense, because they all 3 look the same. So they draw food in one, and then they say, oh, this is a different lunchbox because it has food in it, and the other 2 do not. It's getting them, and you can see down here, or up here, the vocabulary is alike and different, so that's what they're wanting them to do. Again, the directions for these pages are all down here, and the skill is how are things alike and how are they different, starting comparison. Then the last page, Thursday through Friday, is this, again, this launch. They won't always be like this in the other weeks. They're just like a black and white sheet that's front and back, but this is like launching the unit, so it's a little bit longer. Our math is a little bit longer. So the directions are down here, but it's more, it looks like a lot, but it's actually just getting the vocabulary. So they're sorting them. How are they sorting them in this picture? How are they sorting the vegetables by color? And then getting them to use these vocabulary terms. Vertices are a fancy way for saying corners. Vertex is just one corner. And then you can have them like a curved line or straight lines. This is different. So again, we're just launching the unit with getting them to see how shapes are similar. Do the shapes have curved lines? Do they have straight lines? How are they different? Well, they're different because they have a different number of sides. A square and a circle are different because a square, it has straight sides and 4 corners. A circle has curved sides and no corners. How are a triangle and a square similar and different? Well, they both have straight lines and they both have corners, but they're different because a triangle has 3 corners and a square has 4 corners. So easy stuff that I know you already know. Here's a game if you want to play it with your family. Again, the directions are at the bottom. You don't have to do every single page in this packet because it's a lot of work for just one day, but I wanted them to have the vocabulary cards. Okay, that's enough for this video. It's long enough. That's week 1. I will make another one for the rest of the weeks. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.